All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Coach Donnie Tyndall of the Chipola Indians. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, B. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Man, coming off a big win over Northwest Florida State. Tell us about that game.
Well, it's a very physical contest. Butch Pierre, who's a buddy of mine, we worked together at LSU years ago, does a great job. He's got a very talented team in there. They play very hard. They've got great size. They have good perimeter play. So we knew it was going to be a tough matchup. I think the biggest thing I was most proud of our team is that team made 13 threes against us, and yet we found a way to win. And I think that was in large part we kept our turnovers down. We did a nice job of not giving them second shot opportunities. They only had 6 offensive rebounds. So I think our team is getting a little better at the offensive end, and we've been pretty solid defensively all year, but all in all, that was a quality win for sure.
Yeah, that's 13 threes. That means they were hot.
They were, and even they're big kids. They got a couple 6'10" kids who are nice athletes inside and good around the rim. They stepped out and made a couple threes each. So from that standpoint, to be able to overcome that and still win by double figures is a nice win.
That's great. That's great. And so no rest for the weary, though. Saturday we head to, or tonight, Wednesday the 17th, we host Gulf Coast right here in the Milt. How's Gulf Coast looking this year?
Well, it's kind of like all of us. They're 2-2 in league play. Tallahassee's 3-1, and there's 3 of our teams are 2-2. So everyone's kind of jumbled up right now. We went to Gulf Coast and lost a tough one by 3, Brian. Felt like we played pretty well that game outside of the last 6 or 8 minutes. They're a team that's ranked top 20 in the country, and they're there for a reason. They're deep, they're talented, they're well coached, and obviously it's a big game on our home floor tonight. You think you'd like to think we're going to take care of business, but we'll see here in a few hours.
Right. I know in usual years the Milt is worth 10 points because you have a huge crowd in there, but is it still better to play on your home court even though you have limited fans?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think you can look at it 2 ways. Some teams may come out and be like, man, we're at home and this is a disappointing, no one's here, no crowd. I think if your team has the right mindset, being at home just makes life easier. You're used to practicing in the Milt. You get to sleep in your own bed. There's no travel. You can eat your pregame meal at home, whatever your customary meal is, you can go do it. So I think life is easier at home even without the outstanding crowd we would have if things were normal.
Yeah. And so tonight at 7:30 p.m. we play Gulf Coast, and of course you can catch that broadcast on YouTube TV. Go to the Chipola Athletics page and you can find a link to that. And then Saturday we head back to Pensacola State for a matchup in Pensacola. What do you think about that game?
Well, it's ironic, when you talk about how balanced the league is this year, in Pensacola, who in the state vote, whatever, was picked last in our league, 5th out of 5 teams. They're probably playing as well as anybody. This past week, they went on the road and beat Tallahassee. They beat Gulf Coast. So they have 2 wins like we do in league play, but they're against the 2 teams that were picked 1st and 2nd. So Pete does an outstanding job. Everybody told me when I got here that he was arguably the best coach in the conference, maybe the best coach in the state, and he's really good. He's a great tactician. His kids play extremely hard, and so I know it sounds coach speak, if you will, but it's not going to be an easy game. Every single game this year in league play is going to be a competitive test.
Yeah, and I tell you, Donnie, I've worked at Chipola for 30 years, and I've been going to Chipola basketball games since I was in elementary school. I've never seen the league more balanced. You got Tallahassee just a game ahead of us at 3-1, and then we're knotted with Gulf Coast and Pensacola, all 3 of us at 2-2, and then Northwest at 1-3. But my gosh, they win a couple of games, and they're right in the middle of it too. So we are definitely still in contention, even for first place at this point in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget the crazy thing this year is we're going to play each other 4 times as opposed to 3, which has been the norm in the Panhandle forever, as you know. So when you play each other 4 times, you're going to get a chance to either do yourself some good or, obviously, if you don't play well, do yourself some harm on the back end. So we're excited. Our team, I don't think, has played as well as we can play for a full 40 minutes, Brian. I think if we do that, then we've got a chance to beat anybody and have a chance to win a conference championship.
Right. So that's the question I want to ask you. At this point in the season, Do you think we're progressing? Are we getting better? Are you pleased with the growth of the team?
We're definitely improving. There's no doubt that our team has grown. We've got a lot of big young kids that I wish I could give them about 15 of my pounds, where
Yeah.
they need to get stronger and more physical, but they're slowly turning that corner. Our guards are good players that have been a little bit erratic in regard to taking care of the ball, but I think when our big guys get over that hump and really start catching up, I guess, in game to their talent level, which usually happens a little slower with big guys, and our guards consistently take care of the ball where our turnovers are even 14 or 15 or less, then we're as good as anybody. But where our turnovers get up to 20, 22,
Yeah.
24, like I've told my team from day one, you're really eliminating your chances to be successful.
Yeah, it's hard to win when you give the ball away. It sure is. Well, Coach, man, this is exciting, and we're expecting, a good, solid crowd of our faithful out tonight. And man, there's really only after tonight 1, 2, 3, 4 more home games, and this thing winds up, in let's see, it winds up at the end of March, and again. First and second get a berth to the state tournament, right?
Correct. First
Okay.
and second place, and as you know, that's probably going to come down to a one-game swing between us and somebody else. So every game is so pivotal, and that's what I've told my team. Look, it's not to add stress, it's not to add pressure, but at the end of the day, you have to have a sense of urgency every day. So I think we'll be ready and ready to pop tonight. We'll see. Gulf Coast is good, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Cool. All right. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you, B.